Hello, I'm Abrax and welcome back to another Division 2 video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the quality of life changes coming to the Division 2 in Year 5, currently live on the second phase of the PTS. First, a thank you to my supporters over on Patreon, and how you can support at the end of the video. So right now, in the second phase of the PTS for Year 5, we have a few new quality of life changes making their way to the game. So in this video, I thought we'd take a look at how they're going to work and how they currently function in the PTS. Starting with a simple one that personally I think has more going on in the background, and that's a select grenade UI. So when you're in game, on PC, it's G by default, but you hold down the key and you get a little grenade selection menu. This lets you pick between whichever grenade type you use, or you want to use, and it gives you a little bit of information about it, the damage, the radius, and the amount of grenades you currently have. I think this is a bit weird just for two grenade types, so personally, I think this digs deeper into the specialization revamp on its way later in the game's life. I think we may be able to choose different grenades from different specs and have multiple. That way, this would make a little bit more sense to me. But still, it's a very nice to have. I like that there's a little bit more information there, and I find it curious it says projectile, as if there's going to be more types of grenade. That's going to be pretty cool. If that's correct, that's going to be pretty cool, but for now, it is very nice to be able to change your grenade just on the fly. Next up, we have a pretty cool one for the fashion-conscious agents like myself, and that is to be able to favorite things in your apparel inventory. So if we head over to apparel, let's say go to tops, let's say I'm really into this blue top here. I'm able to favorite that one. You can see by the little star there. Go back, and that will now be at the top of the list. So anything you favorite, you'll find across the top, so you can quickly find them in the future. A nice little addition. I like this. I change my outfit on my characters quite a lot. Nothing wrong with playing Tactical Barbie, am I right? Next, we have a pretty interesting one to help us stay a little bit more organized. Let's say you have a piece of gear in your inventory, it's in a loadout, and maybe you just don't know which loadout. Now, you can head to your inventory, find a piece of gear that is in a loadout, scroll down, and there is a in loadouts section, so I can see that I have this particular Providence mask in my legendary build. That's a pretty nice to have. If it's a piece you have in multiple builds, it will just list them for you. As you can see here, this particular mask I have in my spotter and glass cannon builds. Next, we have a pretty simple one, but one that helps us stay a bit more organized. We now have a grants tab in the store. This means anything that were granted from the developers will no longer go into our stash, taking up space. Instead, we're going to head to the store, and all the way across on the right here, we have grants. Go on there, and anything that we are gifted by the developers, compensation caches, things like that, will all fall into here, which is pretty neat. Next up, we have a pretty neat quality of life change, and that's they've added hide and show specialization weapon and hide and show mask to your overall inventory screen. So now you can see I have my specialization weapon highlighted, and down the bottom of the screen here, I have show signature weapon. Click that, and you can see it's appeared on my character. Press it again, and it's gone. Which, if I go down to my mask, you can also see I have hide mask at the bottom here. It's pretty nice not to have to go through all those menus, it's just there for you when you want to flick it on and off. This is one for agents looking for a bit of a challenge. If you like running your raids, but you're starting to find them a little bit easy, now you can head over to the helicopter, ready for raids, open the raid of choice, and you will find directives. So now you're able to turn directives on for your raids, adding a bit more difficulty, and just giving yourself overall a bit more of a challenge. Next is one for you PvP players out there. This isn't something I've tested myself yet, but we are getting a complete XP revamp for Conflict. This includes XP going towards your SHD level, and in the future we're also getting rewards reworked in Conflict. That's a bit of a mouthful, but that could include targeted loot, which I find pretty interesting. So, if you want another reason to play some Conflict, more XP, nothing wrong with that. This next one is listed in the quality of life changes, but personally, this one's a little bit sour. We are getting a complete rework of the XP and rewards for the open world activities, resource convoys, hostage rescues, things like that, which unfortunately does mean I think resource convoy farming is going to be dead in the water. This isn't a great one. This is not exactly a quality of life improvement. This is just going to make another activity something that people just don't play. I'm finding this one a little bit frustrating. I don't think they should keep nerfing activities people want to play like this. There's obviously some kind of desire for something people can grind out for XP. Why not just make one activity a pure XP farm? So if people want XP, they can go to their resource convoys and just grind them out. I don't know why they keep nerfing things like this, but hopefully there are things on the horizon. They may be looking to increase XP elsewhere, so we won't be resource farming here, we might be doing control points or something like that. We'll have to see. And that is some of the quality of life highlights currently in the second phase of the Year 5 PTS. Do you have a favourite? Is there anything you would like to see added to the game's overall quality of life? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss any future uploads. And as always, a massive thank you to my supporters over on Patreon for helping me make this channel the best it can be. And if you'd like to join them, you can support the channel for as little as £1 a month. You'll find a link for that in the description below. Or why not consider becoming a channel member here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.